Fixer from the 40 Servants is by far the most popular card, probably more rightly saying the most infamous card or servant of the entire 40 Servants. It's a card that I've talked about most, that I've been asked about most, and it is by far the servant that people get wrong the most, or confused by, or just have a very weird kind of idea about it. I've done a couple of videos on him at this stage, and there's a blog post and stuff like that, but I thought I'd do another video as part of this course just to for completeness sake. So I probably will be going over the same type of things. But even no matter how many times I say it, people still refuse to see it the correct way. They have this kind of feeling that the fixer is someone you go to that will cause ructions or destroy your life or will do something. The idea being that to get what you want, and if you use the fixer, he will do something terrible to get it. And I've heard things from people going, oh, what if, someone dies, or someone's, even at one time, what if I go blind or something like this? And it was like, why would any of that happen? The thing about the fixer, and the only thing you have to know about the fixer, is that there is a possibility that anything you want can happen or can be got, as long as you are willing to accept the cost involved in getting it. And people seem to be confused by what the price you pay is, where they think it's some sort of sacrifice that has to be personally given to the fixer, like some sort of blood sacrifice or death sacrifice, or that they have to give up something they love. And it's not that at all. It's the idea of that whatever is the price that has to be paid. So say you want to write a book. The price that has to be paid to write a book is that you have to spend the hours writing the book. You have to learn about the different things that are involved in putting a book together. If you're self-publishing, you have to learn all about how Amazon works, say, or how digital sales work, or if you're going to print it, how printing is working. And all of these things are the time involved, and that's the price you pay. If you're looking for a particular job, say, or a promotion or something like that, the price you have to pay is putting in the work to get that promotion, become the right person for that job, and to a certain extent put up with the fallout of you getting that promotion over, say, your friend or your workmate who didn't get that promotion. So are you willing to pay the price of having possibly a loss of a friendship to get the promotion you want? And that's the type of price the fixer is talking about when you have to be paid. It's always directly related to the thing you ask. If you want to be a millionaire, are you willing to pay the price of working hard, investing, spending the time, all of those things that are involved in, becoming good at finances? It is not a case of, can I become a millionaire? Yes, then therefore you have to, the sacrifice or the price you pay is you're losing your arm, or some other bizarre stuff that I've heard about it. It's always directly related to the thing you've asked, and it's always relevant. So it's like, it's not something weird kind of blood sacrifice or any of those weird notions that people have got. Now, I hope that explains it a bit better, and I will get to the book in a minute, but I'm sure it won't, because I've done this video exactly a number of times and people still get confused. And I'm sure on some level, on all levels, it's my fault that I'm not explaining it properly, but I genuinely don't know how to explain it better than that. So we'll go to the book. The Fixer. This servant shows us that any problem can be solved if we're willing to do what is needed. He encourages us to do what must be done to get the desired outcome we seek, no matter the cost. Any problem or challenge can be solved, but there's always some cost involved in the solution. The fixer asks the question, are you willing to pay the price for what you want? You can get whatever it is that you desire, but are you willing to accept all the costs that go with it? Paying the price, however, doesn't always mean something terrible. The cost of writing a book, for instance, is the long months or years sitting on your own doing the writing. You must deal with the frustrations and the pain that goes with writing. For some people, that pain is totally worth it. For others, it really isn't. The fixer wants you to think about the costs involved in the resolution of your own situation and ask if you're willing to accept the price. Is the resolution of the problem worth the cost, or is it better to just walk away? The fixer servant is only used when all else has failed or no other option is available. He's not a servant to engage without thinking through it fully. Are you willing to do anything to get your desired goal? Are you willing to pay whatever the cost of business is? Many times you may not know the full cost of something until it's over, and by then it is too late to change your mind. And so you have to be very sure you're willing to accept whatever the fallout is. To set the fixer to work, you should explain the circumstance of the problem to him and then tell him that he should fix it. Then, and most importantly, you should say out loud that you're willing to accept whatever the cost is by stating that you're willing to accept the ramifications of whatever it is that has to be done or that has to occur in order for you to get your desired outcome. Once on the job, he cannot be recalled until the task is complete. You know what the price is when you get what you wanted, as usually two things happen at the same time. The price and the desire are intrinsically linked. I'll read that again. The price and the desire are intrinsically linked. The price you pay is not really to the fixer. It's not to the fixer at all. It's more what you're okay with happening or doing in order to get what you want. Again, related to whatever you've asked about. As an example, the price of getting promotion is that the person who currently has the job has to lose it. This could mean they will get fired. It could also mean that they get a promotion too, so it's not always negative. But you can't know until it happens, and you have to be okay with both outcomes, whether they get a good out of it or a bad out of it. You just have to be concerned with that you are getting your own way, and that be okay with the fallout from it. The fixture's only for use when you've tried every other means. The fixture will do whatever it takes, so you have to be sure that's what you want. Use with extreme caution and only as a last resort. Another way that you could think of the fixer is, rather than, as some people seem to think of him as like a hitman or Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction, the cleaner or something like that, is to think of like a high-priced attorney or a lawyer like Harvey Specter from Suits, someone who's willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. But it's always within the scheme of things. It's always related to the actual desire that's wanted. So it's never going to be at that. It's never going to be anything weird. It's not. And it's also that thing of people go, well, I know the price before. Well, you can have a good guess about the price, but you won't know the full price of it. And it's so like if you're, as we say, going for the job, you can see what it is. But sometimes there is unforeseen circumstances, and getting to that place where you need to be to get what you want can sometimes take, different things that you can't plan for or whatever. And you have to be open to them and be accepting of them. So know that the fixer is the fixer, but he's not a hitman. He's not some sort of demon that you have to sacrifice something to, or that has anything weird, and that whatever it is you've been asked to be fixed, make sure that all other means have been exhausted before you go to the fixer, and then know that it will be intrinsically linked to whatever your desire is and not anything else. And if you're getting any sort of feelings or any sort of weird thing that's other than that, pull away, don't do it, because that's nothing to do with the fixer. That's either your own psychology or something weird going on. So the fixer, the most maligned and misunderstood of all of the servants, and definitely, when you think about it, the easiest to understand probably, or at least a lot easier to understand than what people have done. I have to assume that people just aren't reading the literature about it and going by what other people say. That's it, because I think I've 3 or 4 videos of it now, and the grimoire, and it's on the website and all that. So anyway, I'll not go on any further. Fixer from the 47s. Check him out if you have no other option, I guess. So if you want to find out more about the 47s, you can go to the47s.com, and there you will find all the information you will need to start working with the 47s. You'll also find links to where you can buy the grimoire and where you can buy the deck, and all the information that you could possibly ever want on the 47s will be there.